Hey, all right. So I want to talk about a few things. One is one is the is about Jimmy Dore. A recent video with Max Blumenthal talking about Anad Gerarditis or Gerarditis or something like that. Now, I don't I don't dislike Anand, but I don't entirely trust Anand. I like Crystal, but I don't completely trust Crystal. Crystal Ball. So Anand is much like Crystal. He talks a he talks a good game, a good narrative about the corruption of the media and the politicians and so on and so forth, but often contradicts himself with the narrative. And it could be within span of a few minutes from actually talking about his the narrative he's talking about. And Crystal does the same thing, particularly when she's like Crystal when she's with Saga. And if you've been paying attention, I don't like Saga at all. I don't trust Saga at all. And personally, I wish he would go jump into a frozen lake and disappear. That's how I feel about Sagar. He's a disingenuous. Um, he's a disingenuous asswipe that who's a parasitical vermin and a dysentery viral dysenterial disease. He's a I cannot stand Saga. And Saga is playing the populist narrative and he likes to make it sound like he's for both the right and the left. But the thing is I don't. I have absolutely no confidence that he actually that he wouldn't change his tune in a drop of a with a drop of a hat and so. But that he's done on that on his own show. He keeps, especially when it comes to China. Now, I kind of understand that because he's Indian from India, or it could be I'm pretty sure he's Indian from India, and Saga is one of those right wing right wing people in India, and he he probably has had China's bad, China's bad pushed down his through his pushed down into him since he was probably a young kid, and so on that front, he can't be objective at all. Saga has absolutely no objectivity when it comes to China because he's been indoctrinated to hate China, and so anyways, the so I encourage people to watch Anon and listen to him, but also see through the nonsensical crap, because he is throwing in bits and pieces of the proper way of looking at things, but he often tries to interdict his own little establishment whitewashing into it, like such as making it sound like it's just it's a personal issue within the media, personal personality who's except that's not the case. Jimmy knows this. I know this. Max knows this, and a lot of people know this. That that it is an institutional. It is a built-in institutional bias because of the selection process of who, and putting in somebody like Anon is just a masquerade to pull in the gullible and the insanely hopeful on the left. So it's worth watching Anon for that, so you can get an idea. But it's also something that people should not look at Anon as being some sort of objective and unbiased or unindoctrinated person, because he clearly is an indoctrinated person who's anyways he's Anon is doing things, he's pointing out things that need to be pointed out, but he's disingenuous, and disingenuous basically meaning he's lying. He's smart enough. If you pay attention to the way he talks, he's clearly smart enough to know that he's lying, that he's putting in objective truth, but he's trying to spin it or misdirect or misrepresent. So it's when he's doing that spinning or representing or misdirecting. That's where his lies are coming in. Anyways, but that's not the point why I'm trying to do this video. Because Jimmy brought up something at the end that I wanted to do, a subject that I wanted to do about, and that is the how you have people. What the hell? I forgot. I'm blanking. People that internships. That's what it is. Something that the first time I ever heard of internships was in my I think like my early 20s to maybe mid 20s. I started hearing about internships, and that was always a head scratcher for me. I'm like, who the hell can possibly go and work for nothing? Work someplace for nothing. I'm like, and then there was that Ugly Betty. They did a show where she's an intern. She takes an internship, and she's supposedly from a working class father, but who the hell, what working class person, okay, has enough money to, especially in New York, to pay for the stupid amount of money that would be required for a lot of the stuff. It just doesn't. It makes no sense. So, but there's also the only way is if you're making mid, like $150,000, maybe $200,000 a year, and then yes, maybe you can do an internship. But most people who are like blue collar, working class can't afford to support their kids doing an internship. It just doesn't make any sense. Um, so, and the vast majority of us wouldn't be able to do that. So I got it's something that I've always had a head scratcher, and I'm like, and even if you can, why would you? Why would you tolerate that? Why would you tolerate that? Why would you put yourself in a position like that? And if you do the research, you know that there's a lot of lot of bullshit. Like much like how you got Ugly Betty and some others that tackled that. It's like, and it's not, a lot of the stuff isn't overblown. It's not overblown. And you know, you hear about politicians like Klobuchar, who's got interns and staff. Uh, like a lot of politicians have these interns, but it's like Klobuchar is clearly an example of where she's throwing shit at their heads, and some of them are fucking unpaid interns. So it's like, why? How is that not fucking illegal? It it confuses the fuck out of me. Anyways, that's what I want. I think it should be completely utterly illegal. I don't see how that's much different from slavery. Uh, under the guise of whatever the fuck you want to put it as. All right.